Yeah, lights on, game time, let's break it all down. From the spreads to the lines, who's up, who's down. We're crunching the numbers, calling the plays, talking all sports in a big time way.
Welcome back to Spreadsheet Sports. It's 11:26. We have week 13 slate today to talk about, and most specifically, we're going to deal with the games that are going to be on tomorrow/Thanksgiving Day. Pretty interesting slate. It should be some very interesting games. I got to give a shout out to the scheduler for the NFL. They gave us some really, really exciting games. Nothing's going to be boring like they have been in the previous years. But I look forward to the games that are coming on Thanksgiving Day, as well as Black Friday as well. But for those that are here for the very first time, thank you for coming to the channel. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. I hope you guys enjoy the content. What we do at Spreadsheet Sports is we talk about the games from an analytical perspective, and we deal with probability formulas. The data is matched up against itself. Have simulators as well. Just a whole host of different things and different ways to look at the game analytically. And that helps me to provide what I feel is in a very objective view of what may happen in the game. Win or loss, player props as well, spreads, points, even field goals, all the above. We're looking at all aspects of the game and just looking for different angles in that particular perspective. But for those that are returning, definitely, you guys have a special place in my heart. Thank you guys for coming back to the show. Thank you guys for sharing, subscribing, liking, making comments, all of the above. The emails you guys send me, text messages for those that do know me, because this is a platform where I can talk to everybody instead of just a whole lot of individual phone calls. So let's have a really good holiday. Let's make some money. Let's make some money on Thanksgiving Day, right? While you enjoying whatever type of food or whatever way you enjoy your Thanksgiving, make some money. Make some money. I don't participate in the festivities. It's just not my thing. I will be glued to a TV screen somewhere and trying to see games and make some live bets on top of the bets that I already have. But you already know what it is. But let's dive into the show. I'm going to give you the slate. And then on top of the slate review of all the games and my perspectives or what the data says the games may look like, I will also talk about the 4 games we have between Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday. And then we'll wrap it up and I'll get you guys out of here. But let's dive in. All right. So here's the slate. This is what we got going on for the holiday weekend. A lot of conference and division games this weekend. So it's not going to be some games that are like one-offs where they don't really need to win, or they may not be trying to win, or they're just out there going through the motion. Like, these games are very important, especially for a lot of these teams that need the win. And we'll talk about that as well. But for this particular show, I'm going to run down the games that are going to be on Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, and along with Good Black Friday. So the other games that are going to be on for the remainder of the weekend, I'll have a separate show for that. I'll drop that for everybody on Friday. Okay. And then that way you'll have Friday and Saturday to review. Really good spot for you to start for a research point, and then you can kind of like figure out what you would like to do by Sunday. So I'll have that for you guys on Friday evening. But as it pertains for what we're going to do for this show, let's talk about what we're looking at for the next 4 games. So first up, we have the Packers and we have the Lions. Then we got the Chiefs versus the Cowboys. And then we got the Bengals versus the Ravens. And we got the Bears versus the Eagles. Now, the data, as you look at it here, if it's green, then that means the data thinks that that team is going to win. But as you see, the Packers versus the Lions, the data thinks that it's going to be a very tight game. It has the Lions probably less favorite to win over the Packers. That's the data, not me. That's algorithms. Chiefs in the Cowboys game. The data has the Chiefs winning that particular game. In regards to probabilities, Bengals Ravens game. Ravens winning based off of probabilities. And then the Bears and the Eagles game Monday. Monday Night Football. Not Monday Night Football. That's Friday's Black Friday game. Bengals, the Bears and the Eagles game. As you see, the Bears are yellow and the Eagles are green. So the data thinks that the Eagles have the highest probability of winning. However, the data is saying, the algorithm is saying that the Bears have a chance to possibly pull this off or at least make it very, very tough. Same thing, same concept as the Lions versus the Packers. So that's the data. I will come back to this after we dissect these particular games individually, and I will run down to you my preview of what I think may happen for the rest of the games. But again, I'll do a separate video for you guys on that. But let's dive into this Packers and Lions game and see what it really may look like. Packers versus the Lions is going to be a very entertaining game to watch because it's a matchup between a team that is like very, very good in the air and on the ground, which is the Detroit Lions, against the Packers that are very good in the air and okay on the ground. Packers just have a better defense that may rush a little bit more than the Lions do, and they press the quarterback a little bit better than the Lions do. The Lions do not do that very well. But we'll see what happens. The Lions have been showing some issues that really can't be quantified. I mean, you'll see the slight dip in production, but other than the slight dip in production, unless you watch them and really seeing how they do, I mean, yes, Gibbs is going to do what he does on offense. We're not talking about offense. We're talking about defense right now. Lions defense is kind of suspect for me right now. And I will tell you that makes me very, 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 very cautious. You got the Packers number 17 versus the number 8 Lions, right? You got the Packers winning 75% of their games on the road versus the Lions that win 80% of their games at home. They're in a dome, so weather's not going to be an issue, right? But for both quarterbacks, they're going to struggle with trying to really pick apart each defense because both quarterbacks are in a scenario where they lose the battle at the offensive line. So they're going to get pressured. Not pressured a lot, thankfully, because neither defense does blitz packages at a high rate. Like the Lions only blitz 8 times a game. The Packers only blitz 6 times a game, maybe 7 times a game. So, with that being said, can the Lions put their hands on Jordan Love? Yes, they could. How does Love respond to that? He extends the play and he'll dump off. And he'll dump off and try to make a play. And he does most of the time. And with that being said, Christian Watson is what's really, really like screams to me at 40 yards. I'll pay the juice on the 40 yards receiving. I do like Romeo Doubs as well. On the other side of that, with the Lions, yes, Gibbs is everything that you could think of, but I'm just not paying the prices they want to charge me for that particular bet. But I will take Amon St. Brown for 60. I'm not taking him for 77 at minus 114. I'll take him at 60 for minus 210. because I'm adding these other things to it. How did both teams deal with each other in the red zone? I mean, the Packers only allow 57% of the red zone attempts to score. And on the other side, the Lions allow a higher percentage. That lets you know that they're going to let the Packers score. The Packers may not let the Lions score as much as they would like to, even as volatile as the Lions offense is. But uh another bet that I like in this game is 21 points for the Lions. 20.5 over 20.5. So like there's a variety of things that I like for this game that really don't have anything to do with who's going to win or lose, because I think it's going to be a really really tight game, highly entertaining. It's a pick 'em for me. I can't really tell you who's going to win this game. If I had to, if I really had to, I'm leaning toward the Packers in their defense. Micah Parsons getting a hold of Goff. Goff may pass for 225. That's another bet I like. But that's all I really got for this game. Um, it is what it is. Good luck with this particular game and this bet, but it's going to be a game of all games. I love it. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, right? Ah! I think the Kansas City Chiefs are rivaling with that title of America's team. But let's deal with the data. Again, we stay off of the soap opera part of it all. Um, Great game to watch, man. I know it's NFC versus AFC. I get all of that. Entertainment value is going to be there. You got two really good teams. Like, do not confuse the Cowboys like with your bias. The Cowboys have been playing some pretty good football over the last 2 weeks. Okay. Leading into this game. Yes, I know their schedule is a little shaky in regards to what they did manage to win versus what they lost. I get that argument. I'm looking at how they're producing in their production now. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And I'm also looking at the vulnerabilities of the Chiefs, right? And then vice versa. What's the vulnerabilities of the Cowboys? So let's start like really like looking at where there may be some challenges, okay? And then that'll help us with developing a better perspective about who we think may win and or some prop bets that are going to happen regardless of whoever wins or loses, okay? Because this is all about profit. It's not about bragging rights. So let's talk about the game. The Chiefs are a number 11 team going against the number 23 team with the Cowboys, okay? Even though they're number 23 team, the last two games, they have been doing pretty good and getting some really good production. And Dak is doing really, really good with checking down on defenses and finding a better play to make sure they can get the first down and keep it moving down the field. That's that. They're up against a Kansas City Chiefs defense that is probably like a number 5 top. Chiefs defense is top 7 defense. Let's say that. Okay. Versus the Cowboys, which is a number 30 to 32 defense. Bottom, if not the worst. Kansas City Chiefs against a bottom, if not the worst defense in the Cowboys is a problem for the Cowboys because it puts them in a position where they could easily be playing from behind. Not from behind a lot because the Cowboys can score as well. But to be the at bottom, if not close to it, status for your defensive like stats in regards to how many yards you allow in passing versus run, like The Cowboys are allowing 252 yards in passing against a Patrick Mahomes that can get 260. He has 275 games. He has 300-yard games. You let him start. If he gets to 200 at the half, strap in for what may happen for the remainder of the game. That's all I got to tell you. With having a Rashee Rice, Worthy is like suspect. He may or may not play. And then Hollywood Brown. And then in the middle, you got Juju on the beat. You got Noah Fant. And then Noah Gray. And then you got Travis Kelce. And then if that's not good enough, then on the ground and pound and slot screenplays, we got Isaiah Pacheco. And we got Kareem Hunt running between the guards. And we got Sharp. And we still got Edward Hilaire on the roster. We can bring him in on something. So it's bad for the Cowboys in regards to how many yards their defense allows, because those yards are going to result in a touchdown with the mentality that we saw from Patrick Mahomes most recently. I'm still getting used to this mic, guys. um, but it's pretty dope. And let me know how the sound, if the sound is better. I'm going to listen to the show, obviously, but if you like the sound, let me know. But it was a gift. Nobody ever buys me anything. My wife bought me this, and I'm very, very, very grateful for it. So that's my one Thanksgiving thing to be happy about. But back to the game. Andy Reid and his group against Mike McCarthy and his group, it's not a good matchup either. I think that the Cowboys ultimately get out coached. I think that Spag is going to send the blitz, which he spends nine. He sends the blitz 9 to 12 times a game. He hasn't most recently in the last 2 to 3 games. The volume of blitz over the last 2 or 3 games has not been as high as we normally see it being with Spag. I think he's going to send the blitz at Dak. But Pickens is a problem. Pickens is a serious problem. And I don't know how the Chiefs are going to respond to Pickens and Ferguson, because Dak can dump out to Ferguson as well as give it to Pickens, and then they can set things up off of you grabbing onto that and then kill you with CeeDee Lamb on a big play. And on that big play, CeeDee Lamb is either going to get a flag or he's going to catch the ball. And they're home in Dallas. Like, these are things that you got to really take into account. Javonte Williams on the ground, rushing plus receiving. Like, this guy got over 100 yards last week, over rushing and receiving. Dak threw for 354 yards last week. Can he throw 354 yards against the Chiefs? No. But he could do 275. Like, I'm just calling it how I see it. Both teams are coming in this knowing that they need to win. The Chiefs have 6 wins. The Cowboys have 5. Special teams is going to definitely be a part of this. Definitely treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself on field goals on this game. Take over 2.5 field goals on this game. The Chiefs are going to get 1 field goal. The Cowboys are going to get 1 field goal. And there's going to be another one somewhere in the game. And I can't tell you who it's going to be. But there's going to be over 2.5 field goals in this game. Take that and reward yourself. On the Chiefs side, production wise, I like Patrick Mahomes for 225 in passing. I know I gotta pay a lot of juice, but I'm gonna add on to that. Travis Kelce for 30 yards receiving and pay some extra juice because the line is 58. And I'm going to also, I got the field goals, right? I'll take Pickens. I'll take Pickens for 50 yards receiving. The juice is there, but it's not that bad. That the giver gives me a really nice plus cheese bet on this game. Man, it's going to be highly exciting, something to watch, but that's my take on this game. Bengals and the Ravens. I don't really have a lot to talk about this game, but I definitely want to share with you guys the data, and you can make your own minds up. Joe Burrow was back up against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens don't look as good as we all would hope that they would look, even with Lamar back. Lamar is not playing like the Lamar that we know him to be. I saw him take some sacks, and I saw him also take some tackles where it was like 7 yards to get the first down, and the Lamar we know would have went and got the 7 yards, but he got tackled at 3. So with that being said, um, I'll lead this segment out with telling you that I'm going with Lamar for under 25 and a half yards on rushing. I think he's going to definitely struggle with trying to get out of the pocket and extended plays, unless there's something that we don't all know. But I don't like him for rushing this particular game. I think he's going to take his time and try to take advantage of the fact that his O line wins the battle and that he can sit in the pocket and pick everybody apart. Unlike a Burrow, where Burrow is coming back, lack of game speed, right? And then on top of that, he's up against a Baltimore Ravens defense that wins the battle at the line. Ultimately, yes, I go with the Chiefs to win this. I mean the Ravens to win this game. But here's the problem. They're not paying a whole lot. I'm not paying minus 320 for the Ravens to win this game. And I don't like the spread as well. So that forces me to dive into my bag of points and field goals and things of that nature. Um, in the red zone, both teams are decent. The Bengals only allow 67. Well, only the Bengals. The Bengals allow 67% of the people that come into the red zone to score, and that's not good because the Ravens. That means that the Ravens are going to score with a high-powered package that they have, and they win the battle of the O line, and they got Derrick Henry. Like it's going to be hard for the Bengals to stop the Ravens from scoring. The Bengals, on the other hand, are up against the Ravens that allow 60%. I mean, it's 59%. So there's 60%. They allow 60% of the attempts to score to happen, which means that the Bengals have a chance to score. I don't like field goals in this game, but I do like 17 points for the Bengals. So over 16 and a half, I'll take that. Pay a little bit of the juice, but add it into this as well because I think that that may be your best bet. But that's what I got for this game. Like I said, I don't have a lot with this game. Yes, I'm with the Ravens to win this game. If Flacco was playing, I'd have a different show for you. But that's all I got for this game. Bears at Philly. Ooh, boy. Some may say that the Bears are due for a loss. Some may say that the Eagles, since they got this recent loss, are definitely going to bounce back and they home. How do you like argue with that, right? That's a good, hey, that is a great, great argument. But here's the thing that doesn't change things from like really looking at the game to see what we might have. Okay. The Bears are number 14 team and they're up against the Eagles, which the data ranks these particular teams. And they have the Eagles as a number 2 team versus the Bears, number 14. This is NFC North versus NFC East. So it's not a division game, but it is a conference game, right? The Bears are coming in this with 8 wins, and the Eagles have 8 wins. Neither one of them want to have a loss because of them trying to make sure they can hold on to playoff position, right? Which is going to be hard for the Eagles to fall out of it. But the Bears are battling for it. So There's that. Both of them need this win. Intangibles, special teams. Bears have a better special teams than the Eagles. The Eagles actually win the game in the penalties. They're more disciplined. But the Bears win the turnover game. You got a Jalen Hurts versus Caleb Williams. You got a defense for the Bears that allow 225 yards in passing and they allow another 138 on the ground. And you have a Philadelphia Eagles that allow 225 yards in passing and 115 on the ground. So it really changes things because it puts both teams in a position where they're like, man, what do we do with this other team? Both the Eagles and the Bears have the ability to get production either on the ground or in the air. They both have weapons. Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams connecting with everybody else. DJ Moore. You could go over the Philly side. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Tush Push, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley might unleash the Kraken. Like, electrifying game. And both quarterbacks get the luxury of sitting in the pocket because the Bears have the number one offensive line in the league right now. And of course they win this battle against the Eagles defense. But the Eagles also, even at a number 22 offensive line, they beat a horrible decent defensive front for the Chicago Bears. With what we're looking at, I'm gonna lean. Man, which way do I go? Something tells me the Bears are gonna win this game. The weather's not the problem. Weather is fine. I, for some crazy reason, like the Bears to be very scrappy. Caleb Williams to run one in. He connects with Roma Dunze, connects with DJ Moore. Caleb Williams also extends the plays, get first down. But Jalen Hurts will do the same thing too, though, and keep this so competitive. I, I'm not gonna go with a money line bet, but I'm telling you, I like the Bears to win this game. But I'm not gonna go with a money line bet. What bet I will go with is 17 points for the Bears. That's like printing money because I like the Bears for 17 points. So take over 16 and a half and the player props that I mentioned, and it should be winner winner chicken dinner for you. But that's what I got for this particular game. All right, so for the rest of the slate, this is what I got. Um, like I said, this is basically just preview stuff, and I haven't really had a chance to do a really deep dive into. I haven't done a deep dive into the data to support, you know, what you see before you. But if I had to give you a quick overview, right quick, of what I think may happen, and I mean really, really quick, because I want to get you guys out of here. I know you spend time with your family, getting ready for the holiday, all the other times, and I don't want to waste your time. Let's run down really, 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 really quick what we may be looking like for the rest of the slate. Texas and the Colts. I like the Colts right now. I like the Bucks over the Cardinals, but I wouldn't put it out that the Cardinals can win this game. Brissett looks pretty good. He may be playing with no fear. It is a holiday weekend. He may not give a damn. Who knows? Jags, Titans. I'm calling the upset alert. I'm going with the Titans to win this game. The data says that the Jags can win this game, but I'm going to go with the Titans to win this game. Rams, Panthers. I like the Panthers to put up a really good show, but I don't think they can pull it out and really win this game. Number 12, number 10 defense in the Panthers may give the Rams a way to go. It's only a conference game. The Rams not really worried about losing and getting out of position. They may be off their rocker. Don't be surprised if the Panthers win at home because the Panthers do have a really good defense and they got Ricky Dowdle. Bryce Young is good on the naked bootleg. So I'm just saying they got weapons. They just got weapons. But Rams, but after several drinks, I may call the Panthers to win that game. Dolphins and the Saints. I'm going with the Dolphins. Falcons and the Jets. I'm going with the Falcons, but I won't be surprised if the Jets can pull it off. Won't be surprised if the Jets can pull it off. 49ers and the Browns. Man, Shador Sanders starting quarterback. Let's see what he do against a real defense. But it's raining. Just like in the Jags and the Titans game, it's raining in those games. Weather is a factor, which is why I like the Titans for this. I'm more sold on the Titans for the upset because of the rain. And I'm sold on the Browns winning this game because of the rains, because the Browns have an amazing defense. They can slow down and stop the 49ers in the rain, get some turnovers, and that's what we might see in this game. And Shador just got to hold on to the ball, make good decisions, short dump offs, first downs, field goal, put them in field goal position to get points on the board and or score. Shador, you got yourself a W. That's what the fuck I like for this game. Vikings in the Seahawks game. I love the Seahawks. The Vikings got too many problems. McCarthy is having too many problems. Bills, Steelers. The Steelers need to win this game. Need to win this game. Bills desperately need to win this game just as much. Hmm. Yeah. 425. Thriller in the Manila on Sunday. Bills Steelers game. AFC, not division, but AFC. Steelers at home. Tomlin season on the line. Aaron Rodgers is injured. Oh man, it couldn't be more built up than what it is right now. I don't know who wins this game. I don't yet. I gotta spend some more time with this game before I can tell y'all who's gonna win. All I can tell you, it's a great game. The data thinks that the Bills gonna win, and they think that the Steelers have a really good chance to win this game, and I do too. I really do think the Steelers have a really good chance to win this game, but I'll tell you my prediction in the other video. Raiders and the Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers. Justin Herbert against a Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, demoralized on the road, division game. If the Raiders were playing the Chiefs, then they would play hard, and they're going to play the Chargers. I think. And they don't really have anything to get. I'm not. It's no universe where I'm choosing the Raiders to win. I could be completely wrong, but Justin Herbert and the whole entire band are going to put up at least 21 points or more, and that's what I like for this game. Broncos and the Commanders. I definitely like the Broncos, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders give them a hard way to go with production on the offensive side. Only if Jalen Daniels plays. Which, as of right now, on 11/26, we do not have a confirmation that Daniels is going to play. So I have to take that into consideration. Can the Broncos beat the Commanders with or without Daniels? Yes, I think they can. Will they? I'm not sure. Tune into that show to see what I come up with. Giants and the Patriots. Woo! Woo! Interesting game. I tell you that much. Rival. Wild card Winston for the Giants. Man, hard to count that guy out. Drake May and the Patriots. Drake May got some problems with the offensive line. Again, I'm going to dive in deep on this other show. I'm just giving you guys a preview. The data says that the Patriots are going to win this game. I can't say that I completely 100% agree with that. I think there is a way for the Giants to win. I'm just not sure if I'm going to take that yet. But tune into the other show and you'll see whether or not I think the Giants end up winning or losing in this game. But it's going to be a highly competitive game, highly entertaining as well. But we'll see what we got. I mean, that's what I think about the slate that we got right now. And we'll go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, that brings us to the end of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. It's going to be a very, very, very interesting day in the NFL. Be very cautious because there are a lot of conference and division games, and then as well, psychologically, we just don't know the mindset of some of the players in regards to if they're going to give 100% or they're going to give 50%. So take that into consideration. Um, have fun. Enjoy the family, enjoy the friends, enjoy the leisure time. Um, those that take pride in labor to produce a very great event for family and friends. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Not my thing, but at the same time, I can respect it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy your holiday. I will be back with you on Friday to drop a video for the rest of the slate. That's my preview and what you guys saw on the show. Have fun, happy betting, happy hunting. I did find some other videos that I want to share with you guys. So check this out here.
Lights
And I
on,
will
game
see you on
time,
the
let's
next
break
one.
it all down. From the spreads to the lines, who's up, who's down. We're crunching the numbers, calling the plays, talking all sports in a big time way.